Hi. Can you hear me? Looks like you can hear me. How we doing? Welcome in. Hi, I'm Chef JT. This is Cutting Glass. I'm working on my current project still. I guess you can't see that. I moved my keyboard so you can see my project, but anyways, we're gonna get started with right off with doing more soldering. I've gotten a few toys in since the last stream, but minor things. One of them being I've got tin copper wire now for structural uses. Specifically, I bought this because I want to run a line of it around the outside of this whole piece so that we have just a solid line of copper going around the whole thing. Okay, let's see. Everything's a mess because I wasn't sure that I could be streaming today, if things would be working right or not. I seem to be lagging though. How much lag am I getting? I'm still lagging. What the heck is this nonsense? Huh. I hope things are not laggy for folks out there. It does sort of look like it is in my preview up here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I'm lagged up there too. Let's see if I drop kick. Is that enough? It probably won't be, but let's see. Seem to be holding okay with that. I don't know, it comes and goes in waves for some reason. We'll see what happens here. We working. I think we're just delayed up on YouTube. Is that what that is? Yep, we're just delayed on YouTube. Okay. How we looking on Twitch? Let's see. Yeah, we're just delayed on Twitch as well, but I think we're okay now. Hi, Soph. Thank you for joining in. You're having a pickle of a day. I need to train myself to look there when I'm responding to chat rather than looking at chat, which is up there right now. Ideally, I would like chat to be about there, but okay. I think it's time to get soldering. Now that we got everything set up here, I'm realizing that it's all set up okay. I guess I'm just not going to be streaming a kick, if that's the thing. Like, I mean, I knew I was pushing my upload, but didn't think it was pushing it that much, and whatever was going on in the kitchen the other night, I don't know if that was network or what that was. I need to turn down this over here, and I need to figure out why you aren't getting signals for your recording. Okay, well that's just not working. So I guess that recording's not working. I know, I realized I walked off camera. I apologize for that. Let's get the Hako going. Let's lock myself in here. Get myself going. I need to start the fan over here too. I replaced the filter so it's all nice and clean looking. Almost done with this roll of solder. Alright, where do I start with this fun project now? Which scene do I want to be on here? Am I in the right? No, that's what we want. Yawn. Apologize to anyone that's yawning now. I guess I'll start with the center here. We up the temp? We're up the temp. Oh, hey, I should probably get some flux going. That'd be helpful for this project, wouldn't it? I used up basically all the flux that I poured in here last time. Let's get you following me, too. Follow. 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 I don't know. Follow me, camera. Damn it. That was a lot of flux. Alright, let's see if I can't get you to follow me. There we go. Just over 10 to go. Sounds like you're almost done. I thought you... Would you say 50? I don't know if I'm even going to be 30 is your body's daily. Oh, so this is not even you're doing this more than once this year. Tomorrow you're going to pick up some nice little carrots from the farmer's market and pickle those. Market's only once a week. Nice. Your market's only once a week. Yeah, like, the individual cities here will have, like, mostly one a week. But, like, countywide, like, if you're willing to make a 30-40 minute drive, you can go to a farmer's market every day of the week here in Sonoma County, other than Monday. Actually, I don't know. I've been out of that game a little bit now, so the schedules and all of that have probably changed. I don't know which ones are where and what hours they are anymore, but most of them try to keep the same schedule, so most of them have stayed that are still existing. Some of them moved location. That face is for a reason. Where did I just drop? I have no idea what I just dropped. Probably a piece of solder or something. I have a whole bunch of solder piled up over here. I don't know why I put it where I put my arm. That's sort of a silly spot. These are all just little bits of solder that I can use later on to tack in other things. You can't be bothered. Yeah. And there's some, like, well, at this point, a good portion of them I just don't have any interest in anymore. But there's a few. They're usually the ones with the good vendors, not the ones with the, like, go to everything, have the same thing all week long. Which is sort of sad, because I tried to create a business off of them. Anyways. I'm still just sort of filling in on these. I'm trying to be nicer with things, but I'm just sort of filling at this point. If anyone is unfamiliar, unsure what I'm up to, I wish I could see all the stuff on all of the things. I've still got lag. I wonder if the lag is actually bothering things at this point, or if it's just occasionally slowing things down for people. We're definitely delayed, but that's if only from the beginning. I'm still having some decent network lag. Anyways, going back to what I was saying earlier, I am mostly just filling in for right now. Like, you'll see ugly stuff like this down here, where I just added some solder on top of the thing, because it needed more solder there. I'm going to go back over most of these lines at this point, and make them, smooth them. Where am I soldering next? Let's keep going over here, left to right. Yeah, I'm seeing issues. I'm not happy with it. It's slowing down at points. It's dealing with it pretty well, but oh, it is top of the hour. I have just finished putting the last of my added on solder that I'm planning to do before we deal with any of the edging. I think this is a good point to get up. I need to make myself some coffee, so this is going to take me a couple minutes. I haven't even had the kettle hot, so maybe maybe I'll just grab myself water. No, I should probably go for coffee. I need coffee. Coffee. So it's going to be a bit... I'm going to leave this like here. I'm just going to mute and go do coffee. Or do you want to do... Let's do AFK ads for a little bit, because I'm not going to be able to hear or see chat. So... turn the Hacko off, since we're leaving it for a couple of minutes, and we'll do coffee.
If you've ever been to Venice, you remember the gondolas and the picturesque waterways. And you remember the food, too. superb food prepared with that very special Italian touch. The same special Italian touch that Chef Boyardee sauce with meat can give to your meals over here. Because the recipe for this tangy sauce has been brought over from Italy by this famous Italian chef. Chef Boyardee's sauce with meat is made from juicy, sun-ripened tomatoes and tender quality beef, simmered in a spicy sauce that makes a rice and cheese loaf, a casserole, or a spaghetti dish a real Italian-style dish. So when you'd like to add that special Italian touch to your dinner, do it with Chef Boyardee sauce with meat. Try Chef Boyardee sauce with mushrooms, too. Both are prepared from the chef's own Italian recipe.
You are now looking at a slice of bread being spread with creamy-style Skippy peanut butter, as only Mary Ellen can spread it there. All right, now, as you look at that, don't want you to leave me, because I want to show you something, believe it or not, that a lot of people like even better. Suppose we were to take some fresh roasted peanuts here, and like Mary Ellen has been doing all evening, and putting them in a nut chopper here. Give a couple more little chugs, will you, please? Mm-hmm. You think that'll do it? That's fine. Now you find in there some just tiny little golden nuggets of roasted peanuts, and they are colossal. Now, I want to try something here. Suppose we were to take these, now let me try an experiment, do you mind, honey? And we'd sprinkle them over the creamy-style Skippy. Say, how is that, huh?
Ooh, that looks good.
It does look good. All I did that for was to tell you that you can get that and enjoy it anytime you want. You won't have to go through any chopping process either, because the Skippy people do that for you in chunk style. That's done for you up in the factory. Now, chunk style, you see, has sprinkled all through it very generously through the entire jar those golden little nuggets that you saw there, just about like that. So that's already done for you there. Now, of course, either style, whether it's cream or chunky, if you get Skippy, you are getting the peanut butter that stays fresh right down to the last spoonful in the jar. And so I make it very simple again. I want you to know that this is an honest fact.
If you like peanuts, you'll like Skippy.
Next week, George and Gracie will be brought to you by Carnation.
Hiya, happy boy. Wish you'd been with me today. We saw a great dog show, some beautiful dogs. There was the handsomest poodle, a real beauty, an international champion. His owner gave me some good advice.
There are many dog foods on the market, but the Carnation Company makes the best. It's called Friskies, and it's quality all the way through.
You should have seen the champion collie. He won everything in sight. The handler told me.
A very important part of this champion's diet is meat. That's why we feed him Friskies. The principal ingredient is lean red horse meat, the best you can buy.
So happy, you're getting real quality, and you're going to get your Friskies right now.
Friskies is prepared to the high standards of Carnation Company and guarantees prime-grade nourishment.
Yes, sir. If you want real entertainment, the best place to find it is in front of a General Electric Black Daylight Big-as-Life television set. Sports, comedy, drama, news, music. Yes, they're all yours, merely at the turn of a dial. This model has a big 16-inch black rectangular tube that lets you see everything that the camera sees, true to life and as big as life. Sparkling contrast and sharp focus give you pictures of such clarity that you feel you're right there on the scene. The cabinet, designed and constructed by America's leading cabinet makers, fits gracefully into any type of room. Genuine mahogany veneers, hand-rubbed for lasting beauty and durability, are just one example of the painstaking attention to every detail, which makes this cabinet one that you'll be proud to have in your home. The precision engineering and careful assembly techniques used in making this General Electric Black Daylight television set are your assurance of television at its finest. See it in operation at your General Electric dealers tomorrow. And when you see it, well, you'll know that you're seeing the best.
Something new has been added. The General Electric portable mixer now has a drink mixer for delicious shakes and juice drinks in quicker than a shake, an extra attachment at no extra cost. This GE portable mixer weighs less than 3 pounds, yet it's powerful enough to blend the heaviest batter. Also mixes sauces at the range. It has low speed for cookie dough, medium speed for beating frostings, and high speed for whipping egg whites. And look, this handy push button releases the beaters at a touch. And no dangling cord. You can remove the cord so it stores neatly on the wall. Comes in 4 decorator colors. See it at your GE dealers. Does any mixing job anywhere.
Univac, the giant electronic brain made only by Remington Rand, takes business statistics from magnetic tape, letters, numbers, and punctuation marks, processing them through its electronic circuits at phenomenal speeds. Univac can compute payrolls electronically, then produce printed checks in a flash. Over 8,000 checks an hour with this high-speed printer. Univac leads the field of electronic computing.
What are you doing here? You ought to be outside with the rest of the kids.
This is where Thanksgiving really begins, isn't it, Edgar?
Well, now, if you're referring to the aroma of roast turkey, I concur.
No, Ray, I was talking about the kitchen. It looks like a real center of hospitality.
Did you say hospitality?
Uh-huh.
That's one thing we're always prepared for around here. Help yourself.
Wouldn't this be a good time for you and your guests to have Coca-Cola, too?
Yes, and Coca-Cola is so delicious, so refreshing, so tempting to any guest when you bring out those familiar bottles with tiny beads of moisture running down their frosty sides, assuring you that the Coke inside is really ice cold. And the good, the gracious, the friendly homes of America are always prepared for hospitality, not only on Thanksgiving Day, but every day, all the year around, no matter who comes to call or who happens to drop in. And one of the easiest, simplest, and surest ways in the world to be prepared for hospitality is to have plenty of Coca-Cola in your refrigerator, ice cold and ready to serve all the time. It's a wonderful way to say to folks, so glad you came. Welcome anytime.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy, better buy, better buy Bird's Eye.
Yes, always look for this Bird's Eye Bird, your guarantee of top-quality frozen food. And your big Bird's Eye buy this week is Bird's Eye Orange Juice. Easy, you can serve it in a minute. Thrifty, it will save you money. Orchard fresh and delicious.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy, better buy, better buy Bird's Eye.
Folks, why do you eat Wheaties?
We like it.
But did you know it's always been whole wheat with all the bran, and bran is one of nature's best sources of food fiber.
That's news to us.
Wheaties breakfast this morning?
Sure, it helps me feel fit.
But do you know Wheaties has bran fiber your body may need?
That's news to me.
Why Wheaties?
Oh, we love the taste.
I have for years. But do you know for years you've been getting something extra for your diet? Bran fiber?
Well, that's news to me.
Wheaties. It's brand news.
Hello, may I come in? I am Chef Boyardee. Perhaps you have seen my picture on Chef Boyardee products at your grocer's. Today I want to tell you about a wonderful dinner for 3. A dinner that only costs about 15 cents a serving. It's my own Chef Boyardee spaghetti dinner with meat sauce or mushroom sauce. It all comes in 1 carton. A full half pound of tender, quick-cooking spaghetti, 10 full ounces of rich, tasty sauce, and to top it off, a whole can of zippy grated cheese. A wonderful food.
Hi there. Oh, you can hear me too. I thought I muted. I didn't super froth it. Actually, that maybe should have been my logo. Cheers. All right. Yeah, still substantial lag. Despite me working with things and trying to improve things. Darn you, internet company. Give me better options. Okay, so now I just need to go over everything and make everything pretty, and then we'll go around the outside with the tin copper wire and put a nice solder bead on the outside. But, we need to heat you back up. Turn you back on. I guess we got a moment to let the Hacko warm up. It heats up pretty quick, though, since it's electric. Actually, surprisingly quick to get up to the temps that it's... Oh, let's see. What's going on in the world today? I haven't looked at anything today. Is the world falling apart? Oh, good. The parasite's up to 47 states now. The last great affordable lobster roll. Why you gotta make me deal with your paywall? Let's see here. No JavaScript? That's not what I wanted to click. There we go. No JavaScript. Lobster rolls giveth and taketh away. Local lobster rolls hover around the $50 mark. Most are market price. But there is one location in New Hampshire. I thought these were a main thing. New Hampshire. Where meaty lobster rolls are $30. Sometimes even $25. I think the hat goes up the temp now. But yeah, it's a sandwich. Like, I understand the whole, like, the whole, $100 burger business thing where, you're showing off to a client sort of a thing. Let's buy him the thing with gold. I don't understand $50 lobster roll. It's lobster mayo in a bun. Now, how did I say I was going to do this? Because there was a plan to this madness beforehand, and I'm going away from that right now. I think we're going to do what I think my original plan was, to go down on all of these before I do across. And I'm redoing that one. I actually think I need a couple more degrees on this. Thank you, they can see me. The most annoying part of canning pickles is testing them into the... Yeah. Yeah. With your pickle habit, I'm surprised you don't have a pickle loader. I don't like how pitted that line is either. I thought I went over these once already. I guess just how the glass is interacting with the solder there. The glass isn't very even, so the solder is not. Don't like how that one's wrinkling. Don't want wrinklies. No wrinklies. No wrinklies. Wigglies, no wrinklies. Actually, I guess we're all the way over here now. I'm doing all the lines down, then all the lines across, then the detail lines in the hat and the handles, the outsides of the metal, and I'm finishing with the knife edges. That is the plan for going over and smoothing all of my rough fill solder lines. See how we're doing here. Am I missing anything anywhere else? Hopefully not. Still working on chat stuff for Kick. And I still can't see all of the chats together because I still haven't quite figured out how to get that going. I've been working on the lag issues that are still continuing. They're at least lesser today. I can't hardly tell the light on over here. No, it's still pretty bad. And it says I'm feeding him 1080 when I'm... Well, that's because I'm not an affiliate on this channel. Anyways, did I flex this? Yeah, I flexed that. That's hot. Ow. Alright, now we're going across in the top row, top to bottom. Sitting here thinking there are so many bad jokes that could be made about pickle packing. I still think you're ugly. Now I got a line started in you. Darn it. I'm not happy with this. Not happy with really any of this. That's okay. This will get restarted. Next line. Like, thinking, like, it's not just a girl joke. It's a guy joke. Definitely not all guys. Definitely not my style, but I'm going to do the next line down, but I'm going to do this half first. Hopefully not too far behind on things. We're a little ways behind. Not too far, though. I guess the computer has decided that today is a Grateful Dead day for the music. currently listening to a nice version of Ripple. I think I'm going to leave you alone. You look cool. I'm probably going to have to retouch you anyways when I go over the knife handle, so... I just realized it's probably not even showing that to me because I'm not affiliate on this account, but there we go. Oh, hey, there's a giant scroll list of things here that I don't need. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Get rid of that. You're still not showing that to me, which makes me think that it's just because I'm still not an affiliate. Alright, whatever. No, I don't want any of that stuff on here, Twitch. Okay. Back to soldering. Didn't Lux. Blub 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 blub. Had to go over that 3 times just to get it to heat thoroughly throughout in order to get it to flow. Okay. Sideline's looking okay. Not great. I'm learning. Coffee break and song change. Okay, done that. Back to soldering. Fluxing the whole hat. Foil's working against me here. I'd have to assume at the rate you're going, you have to be done with those last 10 by now. Just packing the last bit, had to wash and trim the last 10 pounds. Okay. So you're just like getting started with the last 10. Didn't have enough sink space. Also, my kitchen is tiny. It's one of those stupid kitchens, the sink in the middle and the dishwasher and stove opposite each other. Thinks about his own kitchen without a dishwasher. Alright, so I'm happy relatively with the hat. It could be smoother, it could be better. I'm new at this. There were several things that I probably could have done better. Considering the scope of this project and my knowledge and history and experience with stained glass, astonished with how this is working out. Just ecstatic. Like, yeah. This is the wrong line to be doing right now. This was the line I should have been doing. I should have been going along here. And just refloating, refloating the solder. Wow, I guess we're doing all the oldies tonight in my mind. We've moved on to Fleetwood Mac. Oh, someone's streaming. You'd be lost without a dishwasher. Yeah, it was a conscious decision when I chose to get a place without one, knowing that I would be doing so much cooking at home. I felt it would be good for my health if I had to actually clean up all that. The actual physical activity and doing all that would be good for me. Now been living here, 16 years? Longer? I could use a dishwasher. I don't know if my parents love Fleetwood Mac, but I will say that there was a free cassette that they got with one of their cars at one point that had a Fleetwood Mac song on it that was just that tape was the only thing that was in their car for years. And so while I'm not wildly knowledgeable about all of Fleetwood Mac's stuff, there's a couple of songs that I have just heard on repeat in my childhood so many times that... Oh. I understand why it happened that way, though. Like, I think I was old enough at that point where if I wanted to deal anything with the radio, it was probably going to rock or something that my parents absolutely didn't want to listen to. I don't know. I think I was maybe a little young for that, even that, though. I think it was just always there when I don't know. Living with it. Last one. Oh, I gotta flux this one. This one needs a little help getting in its hole. Now we got some Clapton. Actually, I don't know if this is Clapton, but it's Layla. One moment. Pretty sure that was a squirrel or something running across my roof, but it was close enough that I was like, is that someone at the door? So I think I've smoothed everything over now. And so now we start in on our wire. Hey, you were supposed to stay attached. Oh, we can turn you back down now. Doesn't have to be smooth, just has to hold it. This is not working very well so far. So I think I am going to rearrange things so that I can better see what I'm working on, what I'm working with. Still not there. Can I just hold this on the end? I'm trying to do that, but it's not working for me well. I'm close. It's just not sticking. Wow. This is being a pain. Oh, coffee. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Tasty cup, too. I'm beginning to think this is more trouble than it's worth. I don't want to do that to these. Actually, you're even better for this. Trying to brace this so I can tension it while still somewhat using my hand here for other stuff. You're not even connected. Still not connected. What the heck? Yeah. I sort of need more hands for soldering in general because this isn't doing me any good anymore. I generally don't want the glass to float up or anything while I'm doing things with soldering it either, and that often happens. Again, we're just back to sort of tacking this in place. I have to go back over the whole edge of this and do the whole edge and solder. down to the last 30 minutes of normal stream time. Or scheduled stream time. My hands are all in the way and everything too, I'm sure, from the video perspective. That small vent went pretty smoothly. This is some super early Metallica. But because of the song and the recording quality. This is like solid 80s. This might be original, Whom the Bell Tolls. Boo! 4-4 then. I'm really thinking that this was unnecessary and just a royal pain in my butt that's not going to be worthwhile. Man, I think his mic sounds worse than mine does. I'm back into Chemical Brothers, but I think I'm Chemical Brothered out so far today, so I think we're gonna skip this song, step over here, and wake up my computer because it's not recording properly. Palookaville. Nope, we can skip that one too. Okay, we'll do a little Floyd. It's getting easier now that I figure out how to do it. It's still not getting quick, but it's getting easier. Dope. Soph's in a pickle over Brian. Sorry, I had to make the joke. Shut up. Watch. I know it's 12:45. I don't even remember what I originally created that alarm for, but I've used that 12:45 alarm for years and years and years now, for all sorts of things now. Sort of regretting my choice of going with a thicker wire, too. I was originally going to grab 20 gauge wire just as something really thin, just a solid line to go around the outside. And I started reading and I was like, if I'm using this for other projects and other things, I'm going to want it to be a little bit sturdier. I'm going to want it to be a little bit able to do more than that. And so I went with, I forget if it's 18 or 16 gauge. I think it's 16. I need another piece of solder. I'm running out of spotty solder to use. We're almost there, though. I'm going to wrap this up before... I'm going to finish this before I finish stream. At least getting this tacked. We'll come back and we'll finish soldering next time. I'm going to have to figure out some way to maybe stand this on edge for a little bit so that I can do the edge soldering. I hadn't quite worked that out or thought about that. Okay, so we got the wire tacked around all four sides very, very loosely. As I mentioned, next process is going to be me figuring out how I can get this stand like that nicely, so that I can go back over all of this top edge with solder without it gravity working against me. Did pretty good on the backside with this so far, not too many boogers. I don't want to hold it that way too long because the solder is not quite strong enough to really hold this like flat. It sags. As you can see, it's sagged a little bit from that. And so this is where we shall leave this evening. I'm going to give this a wipe down so I don't leave all that solder on here. Flux and solder on this. I don't know how long the curing is on this next part to this, though, too. That's also a question. But I have a bit of soldering still to do first, so. Start off with a little bit of alcohol wipe action, just break down all that nastiness that's on top of all of this. I'll do the cleanup on stream tonight, since it's relatively quick. Just getting the junk loosened up off of the glass and the solder so that it doesn't stay nasty. Yeah, that bowed it a little bit. I don't like that at all. It's not flat anymore. Alright, let's take some photos and then I'm going to call it the stream. Alright, folks. This is where I will be calling things for this lovely day. Started a little bit late. We're actually finishing up pretty much right on intended time, so we're not finishing late, I guess. Anyways, going to come back here and figure out some way that we can get this standing nicely without it bowing or anything anymore, and then going to do all of the edging. And then once we're done with the edging, we get into patinaing, and other lovely things. I did buy, surprisingly, LEDs that I can use for backlighting this project. And I'm royally shocked that I was able to find, well, I don't know how long they're going to last, and they're incredibly well spaced out compared to normal ones. But I found these for like a third, if not less, of the price for a 30-foot roll. So we'll see. Like, I'm not happy with how spaced out these LEDs are from there to there, but it's all going to be behind glass, and it's going to be behind a vellum sheet of paper to diffuse the light. So hopefully it's going to be okay. But that was only $10 for 32 feet of LED strip. I think it's got about half the LEDs that the normal one does, but for a third of a price, hey, thanks. That's good stuff. And I plugged it in, it lights up. I don't want to keep it lit with it on the reels, because they get too hot touching each other, that sort of a thing. But, yeah. So, that is in the future plans. So, we'll come back, I'll solder this, and hopefully we'll get into patinaing. My biggest problem with patinaing is I am using a latex that I am going to use to cover over the knife edges. I'm looking at that knife edge, and I'm not in love with that knife edge. Going to go over the knife edges with the latex so that they're bare, and then decide what I want to do with the rest, if I'm doing the hat first or if I'm doing the rest of the body first. If I'm doing copper or if I'm doing black first. I don't know the cure time on the latex, so it may be that I have to let the latex sit overnight or even longer to cure and harden. It's a paintable latex, so it probably takes some time to cure. I haven't read the label on the thing. Alright, folks. Chef JT, cooking stream later tonight. Over there, doing Frank's Red Hot. And then Friday, gonna be back here cutting glass. And Friday, Chef J Taster. I hope you all have a lovely evening. I hope to see you back here in 3.5 hours or so on Chef JT. Have a good one, folks. Bye-bye.